Miss Rosalind Shepherd's life has been deeply influenced by her mama, Cyril, her grandmother, Big Mama, and her educator, Mr. Baisden. Over and over, Miss Rosalind's mother told her, "Spread your wings." Mama always told me,
"Your skin color is different, but nobody's better than you. You can be anything that you want to be."
Miss Rosalind moved to St. Simons with her mother and brother to live with Big Mama when she was 4. She describes herself as a well-mannered, audacious girl with a big personality. As Miss Rosalind grew up on the isolated island, she played with the children in her community, black and white. Her mama encouraged her and trained her with a sense of pride.
She told us that the world is your oyster. You go and make something out of it. And so that's what we did.
Her mother taught her to look forward. Within the community of South End, the children were respectful and courteous. As Miss Rosalind recalls, out of respect for your parents, there were certain behaviors that were not tolerated. South End was a close-knit community where everyone worked diligently to provide for their families. Miss Rosalind refers to her neighborhood as being filled with people that were relational. She remembers sharing things and having deep emotional connections to the community. Items were not important. It was the relationships that you shared with your neighbor that held the most value. As she reminisces on her early education, she distinctly remembers the one teacher that stood out at the South End School. His name was Mr. Baisden. Miss Rosalind said,
"He demanded such a presence, but a gentleness."
He taught her to look forward. The students were allowed to use their imagination, and she credits that to the one-room school environment. For her, this era was a time in their growing up
that we valued everything.
When asked about her favorite subject in school, Miss Rosalind acknowledges that her love for reading derived from Mr. Baisden's influence in the 1st grade. He taught her to read and write. She credits his passion for teaching as he prepared the students for the future. He utilized his time to nurture and inspire in the ways he conducted his classroom. Miss Rosalind strongly believes her life was full of love and that she has had a rich life. Her mama always told her,
"I will give you everything you need. Some of the things you want, the rest you will have to work for."
Her mama taught her and her siblings very early to love each other. Miss Rosalind said that each one of them had a different personality, and they all brought something new to the table, but that was the point. They all came to the table together. As Miss Rosalind reflects on her life, she believes that it is important to share history. You don't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. And looking forward, Miss Rosalind wants to share her story about the one-room school. Referring to the one-room school, she said it enriched her life and her family.
I finished high school, I went to college, I've traveled all over the United States, the world, and then I came back to this community. It's part of me, it's my heart. It has changed a lot, but I still have my memories of it used to be.
She was taught by the women in her family and her teacher, Mr. Baisden, to look forward. I've incorporated all of my mother and grandmother's traditions in my life. It is very interesting. I have become my mother. She was an entrepreneur, and she taught us to value everything and always look forward.